Sammy Gyamfi, if you can hear me, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us here on Ghana Tonight.
Good evening, Alfred. Thanks for having me.
Great. And I want you to hold on a bit and let's take a listen to the spokesperson for the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice, specifically making that statement that they have video evidence of the minority leader, your party's representative for you in Parliament, making the case that, look, drop this prosecution and please let go of this case. He says he stands by that claim. Take a look.
Willing at this time to release this tape for the whole Ghanaian public to know exactly what happened between the AG and the Attorney General, the AG and the minority leader.
If it becomes necessary, the Honorable Attorney General would. But as it stands now, I honestly do not see the necessity at this point in time. But believe you me, if it becomes necessary, the Honorable Attorney General will not hesitate to release the footage, which indeed is there.
Well, so that's it. Lawyer Sammy Gyamfi has Dr. Kesla Toforsin, as the spokesperson for the Attorney General, Ministry of Justice, saying, been going to meet the Attorney General. Do you know this and for what exactly?
Well, I can tell you that this claim by Godfred Dame is nothing but a barefaced lie. These are the words of a desperate man who is drowning because his sins have finally found him out. You see, every drowning man clutches to straws. And that is what Godfred Dame has been reduced to, a drowning man who is clutching to straws. Now, let's for a minute subject what the Attorney General is saying to a common sense test. There is an Attorney General who is supposed to be a Minister of Justice who claims that an accused person that he is prosecuting in a criminal matter approached him and sought to compromise him to drop a case against him. Now, this is the man who is supposed to be the leader of the bar. What has he done about that since that alleged incident happened? How come that we have never heard Godfred Dame talk about this incident, whether in courts or in the media? How come he never raised it if such an incident happened? Because we are told that Godfred Dame is a saint. He is a corruption fighter. He doesn't tolerate corrupt people who try to corrupt prosecutors. And so if an accused person sought to compromise him as a prosecutor, what will you expect from him? To come out with the facts, to name and shame, and possibly to even prosecute the accused person. Why is it that Godfred Dame has waited till today to talk about this? The answer is very simple.
What's
the incident he's talking about is a figment of his own imagination. Nothing like that has happened. I want to put on record here that Honorable Atoforsen, minority leader in Parliament, has never met Godfred Dame to plead for the case against him, which is already collapsing as a pack of cars, like a pack of cars, you know, to be discontinued. Atoforsen has never made that plea to Godfred Dame. It's a barefaced lie.
Well, he says that they have video evidence. They have video evidence that if they are...
My brother, where is the video evidence?
They are going to release the video evidence.
I'm daring him. Why must he even threaten? What is he waiting for? We are giving him 24 hours. If he's a man, he has balls. He has a modicum of honor and integrity in him. We are daring him to publish that video tonight. He should not even wait till tomorrow. Why do we take such jokers seriously in this country? You claim that somebody sought to compromise you and you have video evidence, and you've been sitting on that video evidence from God knows when till now, and that it is only when you were exposed in court that you came out to talk about this so-called video evidence you have. And that video evidence, you can't even tell us when you are going to release it, and you expect us to take this man serious. Look, The issue at stake is not about a mere allegation being made by Atoforsen or the NDC.
Right.
We are talking about evidence given in open court under oath. Read my lips. Under oath by a witness in open court. This witness is not a member of the NDC. He is a businessman called Richard Jakpa, the representative of a company called Big C's, a company that was the local representative, I must say, and this was a company that was contracted by the actual NDC Mahama government to supply Ghana with ambulances, a contract which is the subject matter of this criminal trial. This Richard Ahiakpa in open court under oath, whilst he was being cross-examined, in the presence of the Attorney General, with a judge presiding in her seat, told everybody in open court that the Attorney General has been calling him at odd hours. And in fact, he had met the Attorney General severally at odd hours, at which meetings the Attorney General sought to coerce him and impress upon him to falsify his testimony to implicate Honorable Atoforsen. And that Attorney General promised him that if he does so, he will set him free. My brother, the man didn't make an allegation in a press statement. I want you to understand that. He gave this evidence under oath in court in the presence of the Attorney General. And this is why I'm driving at. Just a second.
Okay.
And the Attorney General, this is what is material. The Attorney General could not deny the allegation in open court.
In fact, and that's the point I was going to, that he says that the Republic, in his statement, the Republic has never required or desired the cooperation of any of the accused persons in the matter, in which it has already succeeded in establishing a prima facie case against all the accused persons. Neither the Attorney General nor any officer from the Office of the Attorney General has approached any of the accused persons with a view to obtaining evidence from them. It is rather the third accused, Richard Jakpa, who by various letters dated 27th April 2023, 16 May, 30th May, and 12 June, has proposed to the Republic through the Attorney General to engage in plea bargaining or plea negotiations.
Alfred, you have already read the statement.
So this is it.
My question to you is, ask Godfred Dame, why didn't he tell the court this in the presence of Richard Jakpa when this evidence was given by Richard Jakpa? Why couldn't he say this in court? You see, as for a press release, anybody can issue a press release and say anything. But in court, when you're testifying under oath and you give any false testimony like Mr. Richard Jakpa was doing, you'll be liable for the offense of perjury. And Mr. Richard Jakpa knows of that. He knows that if he makes a false allegation against the Attorney General, he can go to jail for that, because that is an offense called perjury. And yet he made that statement in the presence of the Attorney General. The Attorney General could not respond to this allegation in open court. And after this matter has become public knowledge, he now issues a statement to say it is not true, and you want to put premium on that. Even armed robbers, when they are arrested, they deny their crimes. So the fact that he's denying it is neither here nor there. This is now part of the record of proceedings before the courts. In fact, the judge directed that evidence given by Richard Jakpa should form part of the record. Godfred Dame was there. He could not ask the court to strike that out of the record. If the allegation was frivolous, if that evidence was frivolous, what any lawyer would do is that, my lady, this is frivolous, it should be struck out. He couldn't. He couldn't. So it is not this post facto defense he has contrived that you should be wasting your time on. I have told you, my brother, let's even examine this excuse he's giving that, oh, it is Richard Jakpa who has applied to the Attorney General for a plea bargain. Is that not what the Attorney General is saying?
That is what is in
but
the
he
statement
himself
point
says,
3.
Okay, yes. He himself says that government has already established a prima facie case against all the accused persons and have never sought their cooperation. In other words, they have refused the plea bargain sought by Richard Jakpa. So if that plea bargain has been refused, then it means that he had no basis meeting Richard Jakpa. I want you to understand something here. Look, a plea bargain does not prove the guilt of an accused person. That is why if you look at the plea bargain they are talking about, it is written on top of it without prejudice. Let me explain to you what this plea bargain is about. The company Big C that was contracted by government to supply these ambulances, the subject matter of this court case, is not a party to the court case. Government has not sued them. Government is not prosecuting Big C's as a company. Their government is prosecuting their local Ghanaian representative, Richard Jakpa. So Big C's write a letter to Richard Jakpa, which letter was forwarded to the Attorney General. Which letter, a plea bargain, is saying one thing, that look, this case is about a contract involving us. It has the risk of damaging our reputation. However, we are not a party to the case as a company, and therefore we can't defend ourselves. And so, as a company, we are worried and concerned about the damage this case can do to our reputation. Without prejudice to our innocence or the case of the accused persons before the courts, we are offering to settle the matter. You claim that the contract we are a party to has occasioned a financial loss of 2 million euros to the state. We are offering to pay that to you so that you discontinue the matter, because we are not a party to it as a company and we can't defend ourselves. And so this matter can damage our reputation. That is all there is in the letter. What we are talking about here has got nothing to do with this. Look, this letter was not written by Richard Jakpa, but by lawyers of Richard Jakpa. And so if Godfred Dame wanted to engage the accused person, the third accused person, on this plea bargain, he would have engaged Richard Jakpa, the third accused, through his lawyer, who signed that letter. But the meetings Richard Jakpa spoke about today are direct call conversations and physical meetings at clandestine locations, some under the cover of darkness, between
he told you that?
And the Attorney General.
Richard Jakpa told you that?
Oh, I know that. He didn't say that in court, but I know that.
You know
and
that?
Next week, when we hold a press conference addressed by our national chairman, we will shock the nation. You will get to know Godfred Dame.
What Richard Jakpa said today in court was that he was being contacted at odd hours. Or at odd hours. You say that they were meeting under the cover of darkness?
At odd hours means what? At odd hours means what?
No, you said you have further evidence. You have further evidence beyond what he said.
And I am telling you, we have indicated in the statement signed by no less a person than our national chairman that early next week, we are going to hold a full-blown press conference. We are going to put out our evidence. We have given you time for our press conference. We're going to put out the evidence. And you will see Godfred Dame and the corrupt government he represents for who they are. A crooked character bereft of integrity.
We'll wait for that. But so this Pandora's box that Richard
it is not about any Pandora's box.
You already know the details of it. Okay.
Well, what are you talking about? Is it like you have not read our press statement? We are saying that beyond what the third accused said in court, we have in our custody incontrovertible and shocking evidence that shows the desperate length that Godfred Dame went to pervert the course of justice in this matter. The desperate length he has gone just to hang an innocent man for cheap political goal scoring and to satisfy his dirty ego. We will put that evidence out, and you will see that liar for who he is.
So this evidence you are putting out when?
The press statement we issued, early next week.
I have you.
Early next week means before Wednesday next week.
Because you said
the press conference that happened on Monday to happen on Tuesday.
Okay.
Yes,
it's likely to happen on Tuesday.
So please don't reduce this matter to political football.
Right.
This is not a matter between NDC and NPP. It is an evidence, testimony given by an accused person who was a witness testifying in court under oath against the Attorney General in his presence.
Right.
Which evidence the Attorney General could not dispute. He could not even move for it to be struck out. Whatever he says in the media is completely irrelevant. And we are daring him, even on the frivolous case, allegations he's making in the media. If he wants the media banter, we are ready for him.
Okay.
So, Godfred Dame, that if he's a man, he should give TV3 that video evidence he has of Ato Forsen begging him to drop a case against him. In any case, if he has that evidence, it would even commit a crime. But we are telling you that he doesn't have it.
Okay.
And if he's a man, he should adduce that evidence.
Right, thank you. So I needed to establish a few things. Sammy Gyamfi, thank you very much. The press statement that you put out says the press conference that you're going to organize to put out this full detail is going to be early next week. That's why I kept asking you the exact date. You say Tuesday, could be Tuesday. We'll wait for it, all right? And we'll get some...
Yes. Not go beyond Wednesday.
Beyond Wednesday. Okay, we'll wait for it.
Don't go beyond Wednesday.